contest here tonight. I'm counting 9 and 5 is 14. I don't see 3, 6. That's all I'm seeing over there.
Not sure who is missing. They were missing one player last night. That was Cumby.
I see a guy over there in civvies with a jacket on and a toque. I'm assuming he's a player that played last night. He's not dressed tonight, but
yeah, standing in the break. Not sure who that is.
They're short bench for sure.
Don't recognize them without a number on their back.
No.
Lambert with a shot. He was looking for a deflection. Went right through to the goal. Stone made the save. Not registering it as a shot on goal on the shot clock. Wave off the icing.
That's a good call. The D-man stepped up, which took him out of position to make their play on the puck. So the linesman said, no, you had a chance to do it. You went for the check, so it's not going to be an icing.
There's a good pass for Keynes. Keynes in all alone, scores. Spencer Keynes, you can't give him that much room.
Well, they tried to go with a hard pass up the middle. The D-man for the Impact actually struck it, slowed it up. It almost went for offsides, but Spencer Keynes, he had a goal last night. Probably not a lot for him. You have to give credit to the entire system that the Impact played last night. He had a number of shots. He had 3 great opportunities on the first power play that he had, but didn't come away. But 1-on-0 with a goaltender, he's going to score 70% of the time or more.
Great job at the blue line. That pass was in his skates to control it while an Impact player was trying to poke check him at the same time.
Yeah. Good hands, good puck possession, and kept his feet going.
Get our scoreboard updated. Kellaway up for Sims. Ethan Sims had a good game last night.
Certainly did.
Shoot it in, go into forecheck. Wiseman got there first for the Kings. War with 3 assists in last night's game. Shoots it in. Sims with a shot, just missed short side.
War had a good game defensively as well. He stopped a couple of great 2-on-1s and a block shot down low late in the game.
Trying to get it to Lambert here at center. Knocked off his stick. Was all the way down into the Impact end. Joey Green.
That's too long a pass for someone stood still.
To Party. He'll go back. War. Nowhere to go. Plays it off the board. So it's picked up by Harnett. Noah Harnett. Stopped by Penny. Decker plays it behind the goal. Didn't get a lot on it. That allowed Lambert to get in there and disrupt things for a second. And we talked last night about not many icing calls. Got a few already in this one.
One of the things that I thought that the Impact did last night, George, which they didn't do last week against Growlers, and is a totally different team. But I like the way that they got the puck from high to low and low back out to high, which means that you spread the ice in the offensive zone. And because of that, they were able to generate some more offense, and you saw that. And that makes a tremendous difference. If you're only playing half ice, it's not good. It's easy to defend. But they played full ice in the offensive zone, low to high, and it opens up shooting lanes, and that's exactly what happened last night. You're seeing Coach on the other side of Western Kings, Mark Robinson, making several changes here, and I'm sure that that's going to be apparent for the entire night when you only have 14 bodies.
Go short shifts.
Have to.
Wall off a skate. Corner. Throw in front. They score. Harnett with the deflection.
That's just a really nice play, and that's a poor defensive play. He doesn't get on the stick side of the forward. The forward's on his back and gets in front of him. You can't allow somebody to come in front of you like this. A good hard pass. Just watch. He's on the outside of him. Comes back through. Here's Cummins. He's on the outside. Comes on the inside. Beats the D-man on the inside. Didn't get his body and didn't tie up his stick. You got to have one or the other. Good hard pass, good recognizing down low.
So the game is tied up. We're just 6 minutes into this one, a goal apiece. We got our scoreboard fixed, we got the replays fixed, and we are good to go for the night.
Wow, and you got your new suit on and a new bow tie?
Yeah, I didn't get to go inside the booth tonight. They started, we weren't quite ready for them.
I wasn't quite ready to get here.
Yeah. You were a last-minute addition
I
to the
was.
broadcast team.
I came in at about 10-2, leaving Windsor Stadium.
That shot goes wide. Another shot from a sharp angle, also wide. This one goes to the far boards. Wall trying to chip it out. Michael Canning trying to get away. He still got it. Finally has it taken away by Dutcher. Yeah, your son was playing hockey this afternoon.
Yeah, a couple of games. They had a little bit of a delay. I figured I'd have a little bit of an hour break, but no such thing.
Russell with an opportunity and a save made by Stone.
That's a good check. Coming back through the middle. Takes his man, hits him in the chest, squares up.
Spingle through the boards, backhands it out towards center, went over the stick of Wellesley. Shot back in. Impact will change. Pinsent coming out along with Lincoln Canning. Shot hard off the boards. Decker got to it first.
It's fast ice here.
Giveaway behind the goal. Spingle's got it. That was intended to be dropped back for the defenseman who wasn't there. It went right to the Kings player. Now it comes in to Colburn, who will cover it.
And those things, when you do reverses, a lot of times it goes without anybody yelling. You don't actually want somebody to yell because you're not quite sure who it is, but it's a play that you accept and you practice it every day in practice where you do your reverses. You just hope that the guy you're reversing to is your color jersey.
Yeah, as you say, you never pass to a voice. Same thing, again, I go back to my basketball. I was making the analogies. Coach basketball for about 15 years. That's one of the things I tell the players. Never pass to a voice.
No.
Make sure you make eye contact.
You
look and see the guys looking at you.
Yeah. And the thing is, with new coaching styles and all that there, one of the ways that you avoid a forecheck is going D to D and using reverses.
Hard shot from the point by Green. He's really developed his shot.
George, he scored a goal last night at one time on the power play. Very quick release, and he had a couple of other good ones. And I mean, he's not a big kid, but he gets a lot on that on that shot.
Remember when he first joined the team a couple of years ago as a grade 9, the young player. There's the shot, scores! That's Hernett lets it rip. That's his second.
That was a rocket. But George, just look at the white ice. There's nobody within 8 to 10 feet of him, and he's able to put this on a tee and let her go. It's a 2-on-2, but he spreads out. In other words, he separates himself from the D-man. He didn't go into the D-man. He actually, what we call a little passive resistance, slid back in the top, got a lot on that shot. Just finished talking about Green, who had a goal very similar last night from the blue line. This one's just on top of the circle.
Hernett with a couple. One on the tip in, one on a blast from just inside the circle.
Nice pass.
That'll go out of play. Yeah, just mentioning Joey Green, just to finish that story. When he joined the team as an underage player a couple of years ago, just in grade 9. And, he was an affiliate player. He had a few shifts here and there and didn't really notice him. But this year I see a big difference, and that's not unusual with players of this age. They start, and it takes them a year or two, and they can change their game dramatically. Just a couple of years. A little bit of maturity, a little bit more experience, a little more size.
And confidence.
Yeah. This is the age where players' bodies change a lot, too, within a couple of years.
Yeah, and the other thing is, too, with, Joey Green, you're talking about your 13-year-old going to be a 14-year-old. Now you're up a little bit. But with playing, and whether you get limited ice time or not, watching and practicing all the time will help you develop your game.
Oh, absolutely. No question about that. Product of Bishop's Falls.
Yeah.
Throw that in there.
And there's been a number of those guys who've been very successful through the impact programs.
That pass a little bit too far for Sims. Sims has got good speed, but not that much.
No, and I would have thought that would have been the hybrid icing play, George, but I guess not, is it? There was no red jersey in sight.
Good question.
And actually, I looked at Ian Wall, who made the pass, and he put his hand up because earlier in the game, when the Western Kings came down, it was very similar, and it got waved off. And like I thought, with the hybrid icing, there was nobody near the puck except for a white jersey. Anyway.
Thought I had it figured out.
Yeah, like the hybrid icing,
like
I'm still confused over.
Like a lot of things in my life, Robert. Every time I think I get it figured out, I find out, no, I don't.
Well, someone reminds me all the time.
Here's Terrell Mulrooney to Kellaway. Mulrooney with a couple of assists last night, adding to his league-leading total amongst defensemen.
It's a good passer, Georgie. Passes the puck hard, which is what I like.
Yeah, 23 points as a D-man, tops in the league. Pinson will bring it in over the blue line. Pinson cuts across the blue line, knocked off his stick, but Strickland will get there first. Looking for somebody in front. It goes to the far boards. It'll be played out. Verdi dumps it back in. Wiseman back to get it. Both teams change. Green stepped up, read that play, knocked it away. Ward was looking for Russell. Russell now trying to catch up to it. He'll get there. Russell stops up behind the goal. Locke with 2 goals last night.
Had a good game.
Had his first goal in the league last night and liked it so much he added a second one.
Just as well.
War pinching in from his position at the blue line. Comes through the side of the goal. Cleared away by Penny. Lambswood has it knocked down. Here comes
That's
Kenny.
A missed call there. That was a high stick anyway.
I was thinking the same thing. And now we've got, here we go. A little bit of pushing and shoving. Canning not retaliating.
That was clear high stick. George, got a question to ask you as well. No, this is a simple one, especially for you being the stats guy. I was talking to Corey Mercer today to the rink, and he said after this weekend, the regular season's done.
Pretty much. I was talking to Glenn Case earlier. The Impact have got one more weekend to play before they go to the Ice Jam. First weekend in
the Ice Jam is like
January.
3rd January, right? Third week in January.
No, it's I think the 10th, 11th that weekend.
Okay.
But the first weekend, the Impact are on the road in Bay Roberts. That will be their final regular season game. Then they go to the Ice Jam the following weekend. They are off the weekend after, and the weekend after that is playoffs. Don't know yet if they're going to be home or on the road. That did come out over the blue line. It'll be offside.
So, how many games scheduled do they play this year? Because right now, the Growlers have 5 games in hand. We looked at that last night. They got 25 games played.
The Blizzard have 5 in hand.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, the Impact.
I was trying to figure it out.
They had 25 coming into last night, so it'll be 28 after this weekend. So it'll be 30 games. No, it'll be 31. Unless they only play 2 that weekend. Oh, so you've got me.
But see, it doesn't make sense because you've got 4 teams that you're playing against. So if you play 8 times, that's 32 games. That's 4 home, 4 away. Or even if you go 3-3, it doesn't make sense.
Down low. We'll have to tell you what, Robert. Let's figure that one out.
I'm going to call Bob Hedges. I'm calling Bob Hedges. It's his birthday tonight.
It's his birthday. He may not be. Players crash into the boards. But I do know, I was talking to Glenn Casey. Said they've got one more weekend after this, right after Christmas. Penalty coming up to the Kings. Shot saved made by Stone. Read that well.
He did. A little bit of extracurriculars down in the corner. And the thing is, if you're going to have extracurriculars in the corner, you probably need to look around and say, where's the official? The official's 8 feet away from him.
See, the problem is you were asking me to do math.
Yeah, and I know. And you're an English social studies guy.
I don't have a pencil on me. I can't carry the one with that.
You got a phone with a calculator there. But anyway, I was trying to figure it out myself today. I was trying, and I said, Corey, I said, I don't know. I said, I tell you what, when I get down to the booth tonight, I'm going to ask George Scott. If he don't know it, nobody knows it. Just like if Lukey can't fix the net, it can't be fixed.
Absolutely not true. But yeah, we'll deal with that conundrum in the first intermission.
Okay. Oh,
knocked down by Green. Like a soccer player. I think he headed it down.
Speaking of that, tomorrow, World Cup.
That's right.
Finale?
11:30.
Who have you got, George?
Argentina.
Okay, Messi.
Why not?
France World Cup defending champs.
Messi versus Mbappe.
Okay.
Wow. Kylian Mbappe, big goal scorer for France.
You done any soccer games this summer, George? You do a lot of everything.
I haven't done any in a few years now. I did do a few. Did a few.
Surprised you're not over in Qatar.
A few Canadian championships, age group ones, and the club championship one year. And a fun one, the Newfoundland and Labrador Summer Games. Out on the Topsail Field.
Good to see soccer having a rebirth here in the province. You know, soccer's always been very popular on the East Coast, and of course down the southern coast as well. But it's starting to really transcend, and of course that's got a lot to do with you know, the Olympic gold a couple of years ago with the women's game, and of course now with, you know, Canada getting into the World Cup. Great game.
I was actually at Topsail Field calling soccer when the Canadian women won the gold. That was during the Summer Games.
Yeah, and you talk about being on pins and needles. I was for the whole 90 minutes.
And the men's team having great success this year, getting to the World Cup and acquitting themselves well.
Yeah.
All right, here's Pinson. There's a hockey game going on down below us
there
as
is.
well.
Good one at that.
2-1 right now. It's a 4-minute penalty to the Kings, so still just over 2.5 to go in this power play for the Impact. Pinson back to Kellaway. Up at the point, Mulrooney turns, gives it to Kellaway. Kellaway down low, they feed it in front. Nice play, got it to Purdy, and a good save made by Stone.
Great save. George, there's what I was talking about, from down low to high and back down. It opens up shooting and passing lanes.
Looking for Purdy. Kellaway with the empty net, bangs it home.
Yeah, and George,
and 3-1.
Here's the thing, you're expanding the ice in the offensive zone. Remember we spoke about last night, and you could hear Coach Casey, move your feet, move your feet, move your feet. Well, today they're moving the puck around, and they're moving, but they're going from all the way down behind the net, low to out high, which gives you the soft spot in the middle. And let's just watch this. This is basically an empty net goal. Puck is down inside the hash marks, comes on the half wall. They get a good retrieval. And you look right here, they have spread the ice, and they have two red jerseys looking at the backs of whites. You have two reds looking at whites, and you're already shorthanded. Not a good scenario. And of course, Impact remain on the power play.
They get the final 2 minutes. That shot scores!
Yeah,
Green!
Yeah, the goaltender's got to have that one. I know it's a semi-screen, but a great release. Beats him short side blocker. Most goaltenders will tell you that is their weak spot. Low blocker.
We talked about the release of Joey Green. This wasn't the slap shot, but got it away quickly.
See this coming over right. Uses the D-man as a partial screen. Great shot down low. I didn't think after a 4-minute penalty, George, Dave, you score a goal that you obviously come out. Because they scored and there was still a minute and a half left.
What they did is they scored it. If you scored in the first 2 minutes, then it goes to 2 minutes to go. You play the second part of that penalty. That's what happened then. After the goal,
okay.
The penalty clock reset to 2 minutes.
That's what it is. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought you could score as many goals.
All these math questions. I didn't know there was going to be a math quiz this evening. I would have prepared. Would have studied.
Yeah, well, we got Google Classroom. I put you on that last week.
Yeah, you don't teach math, though. Locke will play it in. He'll turn and head to the bench.
I gotta sit down with the officials. It's things that I thought I knew, and I know everybody listening saying, "Watch, you don't have a clue about that."
Yeah, we needed to schedule a session with the officials to get all this straight.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that tonight, 12 o'clock.
Bob's party.
Oh my goodness!
I'm telling tales now.
Yeah.
All right, around the boards it comes.
It's the third man in the booth.
Gould will get it out. Ran into Bob today.
Did it hurt?
Yeah. It's gonna be a long night, folks.
Oh my goodness.
4:43 to go. First period, 4-1 for the Impact. picking up where they left off last night and then some.
Well, George, they got 14 shots, and they've had a lot of good shots.
3 for Central. It's going to be a penalty.
It's a slashing penalty there.
So now the Kings will go on the power play. 4-1. I mean, score here, back to a 2-goal game. Lots of time left, obviously, still in the first period. Haven't had much go their way. Maybe they can turn things around a little bit.
No, they only had a couple of shots, and Canes had 3 opportunities. A couple of them went wide, and, of course, he certainly did well on the breakaway. Roofed it.
Impact penalty number 26. High round for Growlers. 2 minutes of slashing.
Getting information or something?
Steve Noseworthy, our cameraman, I think was confirming what we said about the penalty. First 2 minutes come off.
What you said, I didn't know.
Right in front,
wow.
Diving out. Nice poke check by Colburn.
That was a great poke check.
Sprawled out. Wiseman just fed it in off the boards. Pass wasn't really towards anybody in particular.
This is a big power play now for the Western Kings, George. They need to get some control, get back, get their feet.
Ooh, that hopped over the stick of Wiseman and came out. That's
a tough
not good. Yeah, as they say, it's been a rough start to this game, but they can get right back in it here if they take advantage of the man advantage. Wiseman out in front.
I think that's in.
That's a goal. They do score.
Yeah. Actually, it might have went in off Grayson Party, trying to be a defender, and did a great job of taking the man to the net, but as they fell down, knocked it in the net. Goaltender never had a chance. He never had the words out of his mouth, and we get a goal. Coming down the right side, I like this little move right here. Not bad defending, but he's able to get to the net. You just watch right here now. They fall down. I think it might have went in off of his leg as he fell down. Good goal. 4-2.
So that changes things significantly here late in the first period. Rashley gets the goal.
I'll say that. I didn't recognize that voice. That's not Ken Hoffling.
No, Ken is not down in the penalty box doing the announcing the PA tonight. Knocked down. Sims can't get free. Kellaway's got it. Puck bouncing around all over the place inside the blue line. Kellaway's got it. Behind the goal. Threw it out in front. There's a chance at a big save by Colburn. Keep it a 2-goal game. Canes lost it. Wall has got it off the boards. Wall rubbed out along the boards, and that's going to be a penalty. Who's going to go?
Not quite sure here.
Both teams.
You had me confused when you said a save by Colburn. And
sorry, yes, Stone. It's going to be Wall.
Yeah, and that's what you call a rub-out play, but the puck was gone, George, and that's the thing.
Defenseman was just in front of him, and we saw Wall just ran into him and kind of grabbed him around the shoulders. And
okay, so it's going to be coincidentals.
They're both going to go. Okay, we're going to get the interference and roughing. So the original play was the interference, and then where Wall grabbed him, he gets the roughing. Andrew Mercer in the penalty box. I believe it was 22 or 27.
27, I think, George.
Yep, Mercer it is, along with Wall. So we'll stay 5-on-5. Puck comes right to the front of the goal. It is still loose. Backhand by Pardy.
Wow.
Finally, Stone makes the save and holds on and covers that rebound. But there were 3 or 4 good chances there for the Impact.
Well, the puck was loose. The goaltender had it. He took his hand up, and it was still loose, or he was trying to find it. And I think that's actually what he's saying to the referee now.
Vincent wins the face-off back to Mulrooney. Shot off a stick, comes out. Green hustling over to the boards with hand. Gets it up ahead to Lambert. He had it taken away by Decker. Wellesley looking for it. Penny. Back to Wiseman. Back to Penny. Wellesley tipped it in. Decker on it first. Shot right on goal. Puck goes high in the air. It's loose in front of the goal. Backhand. Colburn covering it up, similar to the play a moment ago down at the other end.
Harry. As soon as that puck goes up in the air, George, you don't know what's going to happen. And of course, you watch a couple of guys jump for it, almost like a Hail Mary free throw. Let's see who can get it. And it actually bounced right down to the goaltender, but it looked like Wiseman was able to get a stick on it and coming down from his defensive position.
Under 2 to play. The opening period, we've had 6 goals. Puck stays in play. Harnett back to get it. Gets past Keynes. Locke reaching for it. Locke can't get it out. Now it's poked out to center. Penny to Rashley to Dutcher. Dutcher sends it in. Rashley gets there first, leaves it for Keynes. Taken away. Finally it comes out. Impact get to it. Harnett drops it for Russell. Russell fanned on the shot.
1 minute remaining play in the first period.
Into the final minute of this opening period. It's been an entertaining one. Lots happening. Locke, look out. That'll go into the stands. No harm, no foul over there. Everybody's okay.
Oh, I happened to look over there. The girls had their blanket there, so that would have protected them. Gotta have quick hands if you're here in the rink. Short glass.
War into the corner, taken there by Dutcher. Spins away from Green, lost the puck. And the Impact will skate it out. War looking for Pinsent, that's cleared. He's back to Brady War, he'll go the other side. Joey Green goes over to get it. Rashley's on him in a hurry. Rashley comes up with the puck. Caleb Rashley knocked down by Green. Sims has it. Can't get it out. Keynes keeps it in. Knocked off his stick. 10 seconds to go. The Dutcher in the middle for Rashley. If he could have controlled that pass, he might have been able to get in between the defense.
That was a good play. That was a nice pass.
Just hopped off his stick as the buzzer goes. First period comes to an end. 4-2 in favor of the Traction Central Impact.
Yeah, an entertaining first period to say the least. A couple of goaltenders came up with some good saves early, and of course, we see special teams playing a pivotal role again tonight, George. Last night it did as well, and again here again today. Obviously, the message is, well, I don't know if it's not being sent, but it is being sent, but it's not being adhered to by teams. When you get yourself in penalty trouble, we've seen it last night. There was 2 shorthanded goals, a couple of power play goals. We've seen a couple of more again here today. It's tough to defend in this league 5-on-5. Really tough 5-on-4.
That goal by the Kings, their second goal, really changed this game. Looked like it was going to be a blowout. 4-1.
Could have easily been.
Getting towards the late part of the first period, Kings get a power play score. Suddenly it's 4-2, and it's anybody's game at this point. And after last night, the Kings had to be thinking, oh, here we go again. As you mentioned, short bench and get down early, but give them credit. They're right in this one again. Just down by 2.
I didn't notice so much the short bench last night, but when I was watching it when it was 5-on-4, and I looked over and I went, I'm only counting 9 bodies, so it's 14. So basically, you got
that math again.
Yeah, you got 3 lines and 5D, and normally you got at least 10 forwards and maybe 16, sometimes 11 and 5. But either way you cut it, they're shorthanded tonight.
Yep, and as they say, down 2. We've got 2 periods to go. Let's see what comes in the second, third. We've got a good game going here. 6 goals in the first period. We haven't seen a lot of goals in some of the games this year, but this one, offense has opened up a little bit.
It has.
Let's see what happens. All right, we'll be back with period Number 2 in just a few minutes. You're watching Newfoundland and Labrador Under 18 Major Hockey League action from the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium, right here on AOTV. 4-2, Impact leading this game after 20 minutes of play. We come back live at the Joe. George Scott, Robert Golding, Steve Noseworthy on the camera. All the penalties are over, so we start the second period, 5-on-5. Impact opened up a 4-1 lead about halfway through the period, but the Kings came back with a power play goal late to cut it to 4-2. Dutcher with a shot save made by Colburn. Rebound was there. It's put behind the goal. Sims, a little bit too far for Kellaway. Dutcher comes this side looking for Keynes. Be aware of him all the time. Mulrooney to Sims. Sims down the right side. Shot off the defenseman Wiseman into the corner. Dutcher has it behind the goal. Dutcher with some open ice as the Impact were changing. War. Lambert leaves it for Harnett rather. There's Noah Harnett. Gonna work around Spingle. Harnett elects to come all the way back out to center with it.
Not quite sure what's going on there.
Harnett comes back, picks it off, leaves it for War. War's pass is picked off, and now it's down deep in the Impact end. Minute and a half gone here in the second. Green pass off the boards in behind Lambert. Spingle chasing it down. Harnett going in there. Spingle's got it. Lifts it up in the air. Green able to knock it down. Couldn't find it though. Everybody having a little bit of trouble finding the puck. Green comes up with it. Gets it down into Kings territory. Penny off the boards for Wellesley. Wellesley able to get it out. War sends it right back in. Spingle back behind his goal. Over in the other corner, Penny almost gave it away to Canning. Now Locke has it to the boards. Russell ducks under a check from Spingle and then gets hit by Wellesley. Impact come up with it. Hughes with a shot. I think that's his first shift of the game. Paul Hughes out there for the Impact. Bouncing puck, and Colburn has to be careful with it. Keeps it going. The Kings were changing, so he had plenty of time to hand it off to his defenseman. Russell backhand put wide. Tosh back at the point. Wall with a shot, save made by Stone. Comes in front and Dutcher has it to Keynes. Look out, Spencer Keynes one-on-one with Wall. Wall stayed with him and knocked it off his stick. Lincoln Canning shoots it in. On it first was Pinson. Wiseman is on him. Canning in to help out. Pinson's got it, having a look around. Look for Kosh. One off his stick, deflected wide. There's Keynes again. Keynes has Dutcher with him. Sprawling out to break that up again was Wall. A couple of defensive gems there by Ian Wall.
Really good ones. Arguably the best player in the league coming down on him. Beat him twice.
Wiseman. Gave it away.
It's a bad one.
Kellaway. Bugden.
Oh, nice
save
save.
is made by Stone as he just reached out and got the blocker on it. Keynes. Try it again. Was in behind the goal. Lost it to Kellaway. Kellaway gets rid of it. Just avoids a hit from Spencer Keynes. Kellaway couldn't find the stick. Couldn't find the puck rather. Gets hit. Couldn't get the puck on his stick. Now he does. That's tipped by Sims. Hit the outside of the goal. Hard pass back to the point. That came outside. So the Impact had to clear the zone. Sims was going in at the last second. Heard the bench yell. He will go to the bench and be replaced by Lambert.
Goaltender's got to get it a little quicker on that dump around, George. It's an important play for goaltenders.
Bounces into Colburn. He's got it, and in the background, Robert, we hear the voice of Ken Hoffling.
Yeah, Ken.
We're thinking maybe he didn't get the memo. The game started at 7 instead of 7:30.
Yeah, I think he might have made that announcement last night as well. So nice to give Ken a little bit of a ribbing. Have to speak to him afterwards. And we got two distinguished gentlemen in the building as well tonight, George, besides myself and you. Just down to my left is Mr. Craig Tuck, Executive Director of Hockey NL, and Dr. Jared Butler, President-elect of Hockey NL.
We're taking in the game this evening here at the Joe.
Yeah, I told them once they go down and get their fries to bring me up some.
It's probably not going to happen.
But not, no.
Michael Canning in over the blue line, trying to get around Wiseman. Wiseman stayed with him nicely. Pardy following up on it. Penny. Long cross ice pass. Lambert got a stick on it, but Half-Yard has it. Just gets it in over the blue line. Brought back out. Canning couldn't get to it.
Lambert does a good job on both sides of the puck, George. He gets in passing lanes, blocks shots, takes the puck hard to the net. I really like his game.
Strickland. This period moving by quickly.
Only 2 whistles so far.
Almost 6 minutes gone by. And here come the impact. Russell shot. Save made by Stone. Verdi keeps it in. Pinson will hold it in. Goes back to the point for Locke. Locke tried to feed it in front. Wiseman gets it out. Over to an open wing. Verdi gets there first.
Tired legs there, then couldn't catch up to the puck.
Hops over a couple of sticks. Wall has to retreat to get it. Locke can't get away. Bugden off the skate of Decker. Here to the near boards. Mulrooney. Tyrell Mulrooney brings it in. Shot, save by Stone. Mulrooney following up on it. One off the Kings player in behind the goal. Now comes back to the point. Hopped over the stick of Lincoln Canning.
Nice move by Mulrooney, right to left.
Over for Pinson. Pinson takes it off the boards. Pinson, that one off the skate of Bugden, and Wellesley will just get it out. Straight time here in the second period.
I like it.
Bugden can't get it out. It's kept in. Shot on goal. And finally we get a whistle. 12:43. Already 7 minutes, 17 seconds gone in the second period.
20-10 shots on net. They've doubled them now, George. It was a real slow start for the Western Kings. They've able to break the ship a little. They've got some good control here now, and it's going back and forth. Both goaltenders showing a couple of good quick glove saves on each end of the rink.
Scoring chances not as prominent here in the second period as they were in the first.
No.
A lot of play in around the goals.
Which is probably good from a coaching perspective.
There's Sims with a chance. That was blocked by Wiseman again. Harnett tried to get it to Sims. Back at the point for Mulrooney. Mulrooney off the board shot. That went wide. It'll be kept in over in the left point by Wall. Wall fanned on that shot attempt. Throws it behind the goal. Comes all the way up along the boards. Sims along the half wall. Keeps it in. Harnett left it for Sims. Back to Harnett. Tried to play it back to the point. Nobody there. Mulrooney's got it. He has to retreat. Over to Wall. Out it comes. Wall missed it. Canes, look out. Canes with a shot. Mulrooney got over there to get a stick in the way of it. The puck goes up and out of play.
Wall wanted to step up into the neutral zone to take that, try to corral that bouncing puck, and it's hit on his edge and went to his right. And of course, Johnny on the spot. Canes come in, and not a guy you really want to go in one-on-one.
Michael Canning lost it, then fed it into the front for Lambert, and Stone, top of the blue paint, makes the save.
Really nice play, George. I like the way they come down, stop, and when you stop like that there, as you know, the puck carrier I'm talking about now, it really opens up the ice because you got one guy who's chasing you. So if he chases you, then you free up a little bit of wide ice, and it came right back and got a good quality shot away. Lambert did. Goaltender had a nice save with traffic in front of him with Purdy in there.
Rashley against Russell. Goes into the corner. Canning hit hard against the boards by Rashley.
Rashley had a couple good hits in the first period as well. Big kid.
Lambert. Two of the players go down behind the goal, the two 27s. Lambert and Mercer.
Lambert's going to have to get off the ice. If not, he's going to wipe out. His lace is undone. His skate is coming off.
Here's a 2-on-1. Green got War with him. The two defensemen up on the 2-on-1. You don't see that very often.
Not at all.
Green took the shot and Stone makes the save.
Or like I was speaking earlier in the first period, I really liked his game last night. He had a couple of nice defensive blocks, got in some passing lanes, took away some real good scoring opportunities for the Western Kings last night. Steady D-man. Nothing flashy, but does a lot of things well.
Wellesley gets to it, chips it out. Will go in. Wiseman back behind his goal. He's had a lot of ice time in this game. Wellesley couldn't get to it. Wellesley, one of two affiliated players in the lineup this week, and I don't see Wimbledon, who played a little bit last night. Haven't noticed him today. You mentioned the short bench. He may not.
That might be him across the way from us.
Not sure.
It's going to be a penalty in the back of the play, George. Either going to be an interference or a cross check.
He got it on the cross check.
Yeah.
It's going to go to Wellesley.
He's skating back up the ice, white jersey in front of him, could have easily avoided him. Referee, the back referee who's watching that play, and that's the good thing about the two officials. That's an easy call, and it's a bad penalty.
Yeah, it was the end of a long shift for Wellesley. He was on the ice a long time, and it may have been fatigue as much as anything else.
Definitely. Dog tired.
Face-off win for the Impact. Mulrooney swings it the other side to Kellaway. Go down low. Pinson back to Kellaway. Back to Mulrooney. Mulrooney steps in. Gets the return pass from Sims. Kellaway. Down for Pinson. Sims. Down low. He and Pinson passed it back and forth, and it bobbled and went over the stick of Sims. Mulrooney will bring it right back in. Sims. Mulrooney. Pinson. He'll shoot it. It's tipped. They score. Party in front.
Great deflection there. Get it in. Loose stick. And what we're talking about a little bit of the soft zone again. You're not in on top of the goaltender, and you're not too far out. Party. Good hand-eye. Oh, we lost a replay? Okay, that's fine.
Know what happened there. Anyway.
Might be up on this. But Party was able to get the stick on the goaltender, never had much of a chance on that one. Deflected and back up over him. But Party was able to find what we call a little soft zone, and that's critical as a forward on the power play. So many times you hear tell people, get in front of the goaltender, get in front of the goaltender. No, you don't get in front of the goaltender when you don't need to. You need to come back out. In front of the goaltender, if you're in the blue paint, you're just doing nothing. Party was 6 or 7 feet out. Great deflection.
So Grayson Party makes it 5-2 for the Impact. Stone reaches out, grabs that. Mulrooney picks up another point, his third of the weekend. Look out! And just saw that the last second did Lincoln Canning and put on the brakes a little bit, but Mercer had him lined up just outside the blue line. You could see it coming. Canning was looking back for the pass.
He's a big kid. George, did you notice Lincoln Canning when he was out on the ice there, eh?
In terms of what?
Skates.
Oh, you're going back to the skate laces again.
Did you notice it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I want you to have a look next time now.
Okay. I've been given my task. You mentioned it last night. You thought he stepped on his lace at one point.
He did.
Yeah.
There's no question. And I think the message was probably sent to him because not sure if somebody mentioned it and heard it, but his skate laces are nowhere near as long as they were last night.
We're going to get
too many men.
I think what happened was Lincoln Canning, who got hit, was heading to the bench and it was slow getting to the bench.
He was, and what had happened, he was on the inside, trying to get it on the outside because of the offside, and did not get there, and the puck came around the boards, and the player did touch it. Good call by the officials.
Penalty served by Paul Hughes. Canes. Ooh, man, can he shoot it? That just whistled wide.
He's got a lethal shot. He's got a senior shot.
Yeah, that had a lot of zip on it. And Wiseman. Spingle shoots it. That went wide. It'll come to Canes over at the right point. Go back to Dutcher. Dutcher along the blue line gives it to Wiseman. Over to Canes. Canes has it knocked off a stick, but there's the strength. Couldn't hold it the second time, though. And cleared down the ice by Party.
Calling the 50-50 already. How come?
That can't be right.
You just called it.
Okay.
Got to talk to Ken.
Late getting here early with the 50-50. As many problems as we've had with time and getting everything ready in time. Put it down to the fact I was working this afternoon.
Again?
Over at the movie theater this afternoon, looking after the matinee. Violent Night.
Okay, I have no idea what that is.
It's a different sort of movie.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. It's a
different sort of a name.
It's a Santa Claus who's pretty good with his fists and other things.
Okay, well, that says it all to me.
Yeah.
My favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard.
Absolutely. It's not really Christmas till Hans Gruber falls off the Nakatomi Tower.
I can't pronounce that word, but I did like that movie.
Wiseman down for a hand. Dutcher. Back to Wiseman. Wiseman with a wrist shot. Coburn made the save. Puck is still loose. Now he's got the glove on it.
Coburn's making himself even seem bigger tonight, George. Getting a lot of pucks in the midsection, and you'll ask any goaltender and goaltender coach, when you get pucks in the midsection, you're in really good position. You don't need that quick arms if you take it in the middle. And of course, in the midsection, you don't get the rebounds come out as often or as far.
All the way down the ice, right to Stone. 7 seconds to go in the power play. Pretty much going to do it. And the too many men on the ice call against the Impact. Hughes is on the ice, heads to the bench, replaced by Kellaway. Lambswood kept it in. Nice job by Colburn to get the blocker on that. Sims trying to get himself free. Lambswood stayed with him. Lambswood chased him behind the goal by Kellaway. Puck goes up high, off the wall. And Kellaway comes up with it. Kellaway back at the point for Green. Green quickly swings it over to War. War with a shot. That hit somebody in front and is cleared down the ice. Green hustling back to get it. Hand watching him. And chases him behind the goal. That will allow Green to get it out. Back down to our left it goes. War back in his own end to get it. Under 6 to play here in the second period. It has been a quick period. Sims. Kellaway back to Sims. That's offside.
Just couldn't hold it.
A lot of controversy over the offside rule lately. You see with McDavid being called offside, and they compare it to the Makar one. And
I just wish they would make a decision one way or the other, George. Either you're in or you're not. I don't care if the skate is up or down or whatever. Just
Russell over to Locke and Stone.
there's just so many changes to it, George. And the other side of it, we get an opportunity to watch it on super slow-mo, a dozen different angles, and at times we still don't know. So it's very difficult for our linesmen.
Yeah, my take has always been if it's that close,
Yeah.
it certainly doesn't violate the spirit of the rule. If the human
No.
eye can't tell the difference, what's the big deal? I don't like the replay where they show it. It goes up into the mesh. Half a centimeter, the toe of the skate is over, and you got, as you say, you got to look at it from 6 different angles. And
Well, not only that now,
super
George, but they're saying
slow-mo
if you straddled the line but took your skate up, that's still good. Well, see, one time that was never good.
no. Vardy with a shot, and that'll
was-
stay in play. Puck went very high. There's just too many stoppages for replays in sports generally.
It's just.
One man's opinion, shared by others, but fans
But it
in the
does
stadium, something happens, you got to wait for the replay.
Well, you got to wait
decide
for the
if-
replay before you can cheer.
Yeah, you don't know if you can cheer or not. Well, let's see if that's going to count, Anyway, Mulrooney gets shoved down. Dutcher comes away with the puck, trying to spring Canes, and if Wall didn't get a stick on it, Canes was in on the breakaway again.
That's a cracked stick. I think he actually cracked it on the other one. Didn't realize it.
Yeah, Wall's stick is broken. He's looking for a forward stick. He's
Should-
got it. Harnett gave Wall his stick. Harnett maybe should have, go to the bench after giving up the stick.
I think what Wall should have did, he should just ask the guys over in the red jerseys for one.
That's where he was
next to
closer.
theirs, right?
They were closer, but
Right.
that's the second time in this game we've seen a forward give up a stick to a defenseman. Happened in the first period when the Impact were killing
That
a
actually
penalty.
broke George when he intercepted that pass and didn't realize it. Then he tried to make the pass and it just collapsed in his hand. You looking at Lincoln County skates, George?
Let me find him. Harnett. Over to the other side. War has it. War to Green. I'm looking now. You're right. They're much tighter up than they were last night.
It's a double bow.
It's a big difference, yeah. As we get caught up in the minutia, but yeah, I do see it.
Hand came down earlier, George. Had a really nice defensive play. He finishes his checks all the time.
Bogdan gets it, dumps it down into the Impact end. Here's War back to get it. Lambert off the stick of Pinsent. Wellesley fanned on it. Green just got a poke at it, and it goes in behind the goal. Hand on it first for the Kings. Hand back at the point. Shot by Wiseman, and Colburn's got that in the glove. No rebound. 3:49 to go here in the second. 5-2. Impact leading the Kings.
Good puck movement by the Western Kings in that particular sequence. George getting the puck down low. Nice forecheck for Hand. Turns the puck over. Gets it from low to high. And defenseman gets nice shot away. Easy save, but anytime a shot, it's an opportunity.
Wall hard off the boards. That will be. No, they're going to wave it off as Lambert got there first.
That's the one I don't quite get, George.
That time Lambert got there, touched it up first.
And there was a battle for two of them. The other one, like there was nobody even near.
Lambert has it. For Pinson. Pinson brings it in over the blue line, knocked off his stick. Wall has it out at center, shoots it back in. Kellaway lost it. Comes off the boards. Mulrooney holds it in. Mercer. Lambswood. Off the glass and out. Harnett back in his own end. Reverses it off the boards. Sims is hit. Lambswood going back to get it. Kellaway's on him. Kellaway's got himself free for just a moment. Then it's cleared out to center. Wall goes the other side. Harnett back to Wall. Quickly ahead. Good pass to Kellaway. Kellaway down the left side. Feeds over for Sims. Sims with a shot Almost had Stone going the other way, but Stone reached back, made the save.
Really nice play. Nice save.
Sims on it again. And they're against Wiseman. Wiseman comes away with the puck. And again, Kings just get it out. Green quickly across. War gets to center, shoots it in. Stone thought about coming out to play it, retreated.
It was a tweener play. It's like he wanted to come out and then went back in.
That was touched by Green, so no icing. Both teams will get a change in.
A lot of bodies gone.
Here's Michael Canning. Canning was looking for Locke at the side of the goal, just failed to make contact with the puck. Green out at center, shoots it right back in on goal. Penny, under 2 to go in the second. For Gould, nice outlet pass to Dutcher. Look out here, Spencer Keynes. Lurking over on that right side, getting back. Wall again to tie him up.
Phenomenal second effort there by Wall.
That's 3 really good defensive plays by Wall. Now a penalty coming up to the Kings.
Little hook there, or a shot to the head. But George, that was a remarkable play for Wall. I don't know if you realize he had just gone off. He was only off for 30 seconds. And he was late getting on because he had just got off. And his man had him beat, but he never gave up and was able to get in there, get the stick hoisted, take the puck without taking a penalty. That's a great play.
Yeah, Keynes was over at that blue line by the Kings bench, and it seemed like nobody saw him for a couple of seconds. The pass came to him, and I thought, okay, he's lurking over there. He's going to get in, and Wall closed ground quickly. And it's Keynes, and I suspect that is a frustration penalty. I think we could call it that. Down in alongside the impact goal.
I love Keynes' game, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just because he scores goals, but he's very, very aggressive, even on the forecheck and in the neutral. And, of course, he plays on the right D on the power play.
I was going to mention earlier, he's a very skilled player, obviously, leading scorer in the league. But also, he plays with a bit of an edge.
Oh, he certainly does. I love it. It's a battle here in front of the net.
Big guy, and it's touched up by the Kings. I think that's going to be well, let's see. I thought it was going to go against the Kings as they touch. They're going to send both guys.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
I was going to say, that can't be a one-person call. Akash can't complain about that. They had a battle, a real good battle. And as a coach, if I'm coaching the Impact, I say, Akash, listen, you did a good job. And the D-man on the other team did a good job. You had a battle. You both got penalties. That's all right.
So we stay 5-on-4s. Coincidental minors called on that play. Mulrooney with a good play. It's the pass across. They go down the hole. Looking to do that play again, I think, Robert, where they go from the boards.
3 times
down along the goal line to Pinson, and Party's out in front of the goal.
Yeah, that's a good play. That's a bit of a hook, but in a way.
They worked it well during a power play in the first period. Didn't score on that one, but Party was set up beautifully, and a good save was made by Stoners. They've tried it 2 or 3 times since. Pinson, he'll shoot it right into the glove of Stone. Down to just 5.1 seconds to go here in the second period. That'll do it. 38 seconds left in the penalty to Spencer Keynes that will carry over into the third. 5-2. The Impact lead it after 40 minutes.
Yeah, good battle there, back and forth, and a couple of really good hard checks. I really like the way they're moving the puck, both teams. Certainly a better period. They're still outshot. A better period by the Western Kings. Still outshot doubled. We had a 20-10 earlier in the period, and it's 30-15 ends up after 2 periods. But give full credit, they were coming back, and of course, it was 4-2 going into the period. 6 goals scored. We only had 1 in that period, but never has many power play opportunities either.
Oh, and we had a long stretch of uninterrupted play there early in the period.
Yeah,
we ran
5.5, 6 minutes or so.
I was going to say 5.5, 6 minutes without a whistle, and it was a quick period. It's only 8:13 now. Only hour and
well, Ken Haplin's only been here for 20 minutes or so. My goodness gracious.
Ken's had a short night. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with period number 3 in this game. You're watching Newfoundland and Labrador Major Hockey League action, the under-18 category between the Western Kings and the Traction Central Impact, live from the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium here on AOTV.ca. Back with the third period in just a few minutes. 38 seconds left to go in the penalty to Spencer Keynes of the Western Kings as we start this third period with the Impact leading it 5-2. We are underway here in the third. The Impact on the power play. 20 seconds to go in their man advantage. Mercer for the Kings. Can't get it out. Kept in by Pinson. And along the half wall to Kellaway. Kellaway takes it in around behind the goal. Back to Sims. Mulrooney. Pass in behind Pinson. Pinson takes it off the wall. Kellaway. Penalties expired. Keynes is back out on the ice. To the side of the goal. Kellaway stepped out in front. Save was made by Stone. Rebound cleared to the boards. Sims gets out in front for Kellaway. Kellaway scores.
What a great play down low. That line is having himself a great, really good couple of shifts in a row now, George. But 5 players on that line, 5 players out there on that time touched the puck at least twice each. And, you know, I got to emphasize again, going from high to low, getting it back, frees up some space. A couple of real good battles going on in down low, but very, very patient. Back out in front. That's 2 number 10s, 110 wide open, the other one looking, and that's not good.
Sims got it out in front to Kellaway. Kellaway put it away, and it is 6-2.
George, a little leak getting back up into the booth, and the reason
I noticed that, by the way.
Yeah, fashionable leak, so I had to speak to Ken Hoffling as the roving reporter. I said, Ken, you couldn't have got the message about last night's, even though you gave the message at 7 o'clock start. He said, I know, he said, I know, Watsy, he said, I had to go to a birthday party. I said, well, okay, I said, that's all right, we got to go to Bob's. He said, it was mine. And I said, happy birthday, Ken. So anyway, happy birthday to Ken Hoffling, who just turned the young age of 78 tonight, George.
Wow.
Congrats, Ken.
And Ken is a young 78.
He certainly is.
I didn't realize.
I never either.
So he shares a birthday with Bob Hedges. Boy, this is an important day.
Is there any more important? Wow.
Yeah, I guess you can be forgiven for being late if you're at your own birthday party.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, he's dumped in by a War. Spingle back to get it.
So I just wasn't there wasting time, George. I was doing important things.
Yeah, absolutely. Come back with that report. Bouncing puck goes in. Colburn just got a piece of it. Comes to the side of the goal. Russell racing after it. Mercer got there first, but Russell has it. We go back to Hughes. Hughes shoots it in. Strickland will clear it in. Dutcher. Down the ice it goes, and that'll be icing as the Kings player didn't want to touch it. Afraid it might have been too many men because they were making a change over there. So
and it would have been.
Yep, they let it go. We'll take the icing as opposed to the penalty.
That's not a bad trade-off.
Locke, top of the circle, shot off a stick, comes into the near corner. Keynes is on it. Back at the point, Wall's got a little bit of room. He'll shoot it. One off the stick of Dutcher wide. Locke taken hard to the boards. Dutcher trying to skate away. Dutcher to the blue line. In behind the goal. Gets to it first. Then lost it. Well, really tried to lug it out. Dutcher took it away.
Can't do that as the last man back.
Now it's Wall. Wall skating away. The pass off the skate of Keynes down deep. Mercer back to get it. Gave it to Wiseman. Wiseman's pass missed Keynes. Vardy off the boards. Pass way behind Keynes. He's got to circle back in his own end to get it. Leaves it for Penny. They'll go the other side to Wiseman. Round and round it goes right now, Robert. Here's Canes now with a bit of room. Canes shot. Colburn got a blocker on it, and then it was cleared away as the puck went up in the air and landed at his feet.
Yeah, he didn't know where it was to, and his defense partner, forward, come in and knocked it down.
Kellaway back at the point. Hughes down into the far corner. A couple of Impact players overskated it. I got it, you take it.
I think the defenseman wanted to come in. He thought the forward was going to take it, another of them.
Lambswood to the side of the goal. A shot from Canes goes wide. Spingle holds it in. Canes to the front of the goal. Kellaway gets it, and now Sims will pick it up. Sims all alone on the rush as the Impactor changing. Gets away a good shot and a good save made by Stone. Thought about dropping it and did, but the whistle went first.
Yeah, and that one is one I thought the official was going to give him a little more. Sort of a quick one. He wanted to get rid of it. There was nothing going on there, but anyway, we have a face-up to the goaltender's right. 6-2. 4.5 gone here in the third period.
War back at the point, floats it in. It got right through to the goal. Stone made the save. Harnett in the corner, lost his balance, and the puck comes out. War to Lambert. Wiseman back down deep, reverses it, looking for Bugden. Comes through the boards. Harnett got there first for the Impact. Now it's Wiseman into the corner. Again, Harnett gets there. Back at the point for War. War again a shot. Again it got through a lot of traffic. And Stone will hold on.
Stone was in good position. He followed the puck really well. I like the way he went from his right to his left. Got back into the middle. Nice wrist shot coming in from the point, left point. Goaltender Stone was equal to the task. Not sure what a face-off's over to his left. Okay, I was
going to
say.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
They heard you.
Didn't know what was going on.
Strickland shot went off the skates of Decker. Wellesley just out to center. Strickland sends it back in. Impact jumped out to a 4-1 lead halfway through the first period. Looked like they were going to run away with it. Kings got a power play goal to make it 4-2 towards the end of the first period, but Impact have added a couple since and comfortable right now. Up by 4. Still 14 minutes plus a few seconds to go. Penny across to Spingle. Back to Penny. We'll go to the other side for Hand. Hand does a nice job to get the puck down in deep. Quick outlet pass. Vincent couldn't get around the outside though. Good job by Spingle. The Decker scores. Not so comfortable anymore.
No, and the thing is that's one of those plays. It looks like it's soft play. You got to make sure of it. You got to protect the puck. Once that got turned over, lights out, and that was a rocket of a shot.
Vincent has a chance. He thought he could bring it out, and he got poke checked.
Yeah, and then those are the things that you can't do. And we talk about so many times. It's not necessarily turnovers. It's where you make the turnover. Inside of your blue line and just outside of it, they're killers. And that was. But what a great shot.
Yeah, Pinson had his pocket pick just inside the blue line and led to a
And if you haven't got
great
puck
opportunity.
support, if you haven't got puck support, George, just chip it up high off the boards. And that'll never hurt you.
So 6-3 now.
Yeah, it's definitely not over.
As I said, it's not quite as comfortable as it was a minute or two ago. Here's Canes. And a turnover again. Shot by Gould, and Colburn's got that one in the glove.
And Canes is coming down here one-on-one. He'll make you uncomfortable. Right now, if you're the Impact players, what you've got to be saying, you don't want to lose position, and you cannot get the puck on the other side. In other words, make sure that you're facing your guy, not looking at his numbers. That's just no good. Looking at his numbers means you're not in good position.
Sims leaves it for Kellaway. Kellaway with a shot, pad save. Rebound was there. Kings with a chance to clear it.
Mercer did a great job of getting back to prevent what could have been an empty net goal. He was a great defensive play then coming back.
Not sure what time they started in Mount Pearl this evening, Robert, the Blizzard and the Osprey, but the latest update getting on Twitter is after 20 minutes of play, Osprey up by a score of 1-0. And that is the latest. I checked the Osprey Twitter page and the Blizzard. Last night, Blizzard won it 3-2 at Mary Brown Center. Stone's got that.
Don't see a D-man, as in Ian Wall, going in all alone. There are a couple of changes, and he decided to take the shot. And if you're a D-man going in on a rush, a shot is always a good idea.
Face-off win, Ward at Green. Green off the stick of Lambswood. Lambswood's stick broke on that shot as he blocked it. He goes over and grabs himself a new twig.
It's the fourth one we've seen tonight. Expensive night.
Penny. War couldn't knock it down. Lambswood trying to get away. Green trying to stay with him. Lambswood forced him behind the goal. Tried to get it back to the point for Penny, and that was intercepted. And out come the impact. Canning wants to get a change, so he'll flip it in and head to the bench. Party couldn't dig it out, half yard. Couldn't move it. Along the wall, Party down low. Lambert. Coming in off the point is War. War, sharp angle, likes to go behind the goal. Puck hopped over the stick of Pinson. Green does a good job to hold the line. Pinson backhands it back down deep once again. Bogdan in there against Party rather. Pinson on it again. Good shift here for the impact, keeping the Kings pinned in their own end. Time ticking away, almost at the halfway point of this third period. 10:47 left to go. Locke's got it. Was looking for Pinson. Hand gets to it and says enough of that. Let's get a change in, send it down deep. It'll be icing.
It's going to be too many men too, George.
1, 2, 3.
No, sorry. My mistake.
Nope.
What he's saying is that you change and you can't.
Yeah. Sending the players back. It's a no change icing.
Yeah.
Another new change brought in this year.
Not easy for the officials to keep track of that one either, George, because you got to have your eyes.
Yeah, as soon as the whistle goes, you've got to go and look at the bench.
Yeah, you almost got to go there and block the gate.
Seen teams sneak in a change here and there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Harnett.
good.
Behind the goal. Back at the point, Hughes. For Locke. He and Penny are along the boards. Comes back to Hughes. Hughes holds it in. Off the boards for Locke. He and Penny re-engage. Russell has got it behind the goal. Russell. Nice little move to get away from Penny. Right in front, they were looking for Harnett. Almost the hat trick.
Locke recognized it and tried to give it to him.
Now we are past the 10-minute mark here in the third.
Quick period as well.
I say very similar to the second period.
A little chop there.
Pace of play and the paucity of whistles. Comes in front. As I say that, Stone covers it.
Wow. George, the previous shift just before that, I like Bogdan down low. He had at least 4 or 5 really good engaging hits, and of course he was tired. He was one of the guys that decided to shoot the puck down the ice. But I really like the way he muscled up against each of his own teammates, which was really good because you need that. Keep close to your guys.
Wall. Down to Kellaway behind the goal. Pinson. Sims out in front. Pass was in his skates. And Dutcher will bring it out. That hit Wall. Dutcher continues in around behind the goal. Spigel didn't look like he was ready for that pass.
Not sure what happened there.
Seemed a little surprised as the puck went by him.
Didn't look like it jumped over the stick, but missed it.
Gould comes out. Kellaway with her. Or Pinsent. Again, they just send it deep and then go into forecheck. Sims against Mercer. Kellaway, second man in, comes up with the puck. Spingle has it. Dumps it in. Kane's in there forechecking, but getting away from him was Wall. Then Wall is poked, or War that is, rather. Shot by Canes goes wide. A couple of times, Impact players caught trying to lug the puck out, lost it inside the blue line.
And that's, you've got to protect the puck, and you don't need to do that at this stage of the game.
Nice move by Penny. Got the shot through, ends up in behind the goal. Hand to Canes. Decker in there, looking for Canes, went between his skates. Penny has it. Good shift here for the Kings. That shot by Mercer, blocked by Kellaway.
Mercer did not take his head up to look, George, in that particular instance.
And here's a 2-on-1. Kellaway with Green. Kellaway, Joey Green, and a huge save made by Stone.
That was as spectacular a save as you're going to see.
Jake Stone. What a great name.
He stoned him.
Wow. How many times we use that term over the years with Jason Stone for the Cataracts. Now we got Jake Stone for the Kings. Great name for the goaltender.
That was an empty net goal, George. He came across. That was just absolutely spectacular. But Mercer, George, when the puck came to Mercer, I was watching him, and the forward was coming out. Mercer did not take his head up at all to shoot it. And when he did, he shot it right into the shin pads. If he had to take his head up and looked, he would have realized there's nothing here, only shin pads. I'm going to either hold the puck or I'm going to put it in the corner. That's why it resulted in the 2-on-1.
That's poked away. Lambert's got Party out in front.
You got to manage the puck a little better than that, and that's what happened with the Impact twice trying to bring the puck out. It didn't manage the puck well.
Lambswood off the glass, gets past Strickland, goes all the way down to Colburn. He'll cover it up. 7:20 to go now in the third.
Round about the stadium, I just look down here to my left, and I see Tom Haley. Tom Haley's a phys ed teacher in Buckins, George, in the school up there, and I can't help but think that he's down here watching Aiden Locke tonight, a product of Buckins.
Players on the Impact from throughout the central area. Not a Grand Falls Windsor team, as I've heard some people call it. They play here, but the players are from all over.
Everywhere.
Michael Canning from Gander. A few Lewisport kids.
Lewisport,
Glovertown, Tyrell Mulrooney.
Fogo.
Yep. And here is Michael Canning with Lambert. Canning with a shot, missed short side.
That's a beautiful pass.
Hand takes it and can't get the shot away. War closed on him in a hurry. Pardy's got it. Locke has got a partial break. Locke. Penny can't catch him. Locke with a shot. Stone stayed with him. Almost slid back into the goal, but keeps it out.
This line's having himself a good night, George. They had a good one last night as well. Moving the puck and keeping your feet going and getting the puck when you're in motion, that's critical, especially between the blue lines, because that's where you generate your speed in the neutral zone. You got to be nice and deliberate, good control coming out of the defensive zone, pick your speed up in the neutral zone, and then execute plays in the offensive zone.
Impact won the faceoff. Canning fanned on the shot attempt back to Wall. That shot hit Canes.
Hit him right in the shaft of the stick.
We saw a couple of sticks break that way earlier.
That one never.
Almost a giveaway. Locke was there, but couldn't turn and pick it up. Mercer in the corner. Russell was on him. Wall kept it in. Good pinch. Gould. That one off a stick. Dutcher gets it, just shoots it in. Colburn decides to cover it up.
That's a good play. Yeah, Kane's barreling in, and the D-man, Wall is coming down. He's back onto the play, so there's nothing going on. If you dump it into the corner, you're just creating a forecheck for the Western Kings. Nothing wrong with a faceoff.
Shots on goal right now, 39-20, favoring the Impact.
Almost doubled again.
Kind of where it's been through most of the evening. Another giveaway. Rashley with a shot. Kick save made by Colburn.
The battle down there now.
Yeah. It's taking time off the clock. Finally, puck comes loose. Bogdan, that came outside, yeah.
Yeah,
and
it did.
Come back in, or so it'll come back out for the face-off.
That's a play that defensemen work on in practice all the time as well, George. The little chinchy pass going back from your half-board, and you walk the line that time. Just brought it outside, Bogdan did.
These two teams will do it again tomorrow morning, the final game of the 3-game set. That'll be an icing call against the Impact. 10:30 tomorrow morning here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. We'll have the game for you here on AOTV.ca. Swung around the boards. Comes here to the near side, pops loose. And out it comes. Another odd man rush here. Sims, Pinson, over to Pinson. And another big save. That was even better.
I can't
Stone,
believe,
huge.
I can't believe what I just seen. Those are the two most remarkable saves I've seen this year.
Couple of 2-on-1s. Looked like they were set up perfectly. And
Holy
Stone
moly.
with big time saves on both of them.
Like, I actually thought that was in the net. It was that incredible. Wow.
Well, I thought it was going to be one.
Like, the other one was spectacular. That one topped it.
That was even better.
Wow, that is incredible.
Jake Stone. Got that? That's a little easier.
Yeah.
As Matt Devlin, the voice of the Raptors, would say his name. Jake Stone.
Wow. It's a great name.
Yep.
Where's Jason Stone to? I got to call him. Got to be a relative.
Off the stick of Dutcher. He and War go down into the corner. Lambswood comes in support. And they pile to the boards once again as we're under 4 minutes to go. Canes has it. Can't get a shot away. He and Strickland doing a little bit of pushing. A couple of big kids.
Indeed.
Canes down in the corner. They try and work the give and go. Comes back to Lambswood. Hit a couple of Impact players. And the Impact get it out. Racing after it is Lambert. Lambert all alone here from a very sharp angle. Save was made by Stone. Spingle gets it in over the blue line. Stays onside. Little fancy footwork there.
Wow.
As he hopped on one foot.
Hop, jumped, twisted, and turned. Incredible. Getting a little physical here now.
A little bit.
It's all right. It's a physical game.
Yeah, Kane still clocked hard to the boards right down below us. There's Locke again. Cut off by Wiseman. Penny with it. Rashley plays it back to Wiseman. Wiseman long pass. Mulrooney saw that coming all the way. Nice play by Mulrooney to just hold it long enough for his teammate to get onside, but then had it knocked away. But heads up play.
Yeah, a little delay can do wonders.
Michael Canning with Lincoln Canning.
CC.
don't think there's any relation, actually. If there is, it's a distant one. I asked about it once before.
Okay.
Talking to Michael Canning's parents. Last weekend, they were here in town for the game, and I asked. Michael is from Gander. Lincoln he goes to school in Lower Sport. I think he's from one of the communities nearby. Here's Lincoln, scores!
Yes. Makes a difference when you got your laces tighter.
All right, here it is.
Just a nice play down low. Work the boards well. You see two of the guys. One gets in on the forecheck, turns it over on the D-man, and they've got to be a little tired now as well. And you see George just a lot of space there, a lot of white ice. And white ice, when you're looking at the numbers, that means the forwards got position on you and a good shot. And of course, we just saw the goaltender make some two unbelievable saves. That one seemed to partially elude him. Top left corner.
Yeah, maybe got his angle a little bit off that time, but no, he's made some great saves.
Oh, he's made spectacular saves.
Canes had his stick tied up. Back at the point, Bogdan keeps it onside this time. Canes protecting the puck. Dutcher comes in to get it. Dutcher shoots. That got through. Coburn made the save. Again, Bogdan holds it in. That will come here on the near side. Spingle pinching in from the right point. Under a minute to go in this one. Kane still working hard in there. Knocked down an impact player.
He's dead tired.
Yeah, he's been out there a long time. Harnett behind the goals. Hopefully they'll just play this one out. Kane staying out there, though.
Oh, he's not coming
Spingle.
off now.
And around the boards, Kellaway will get it. So again, folks, Kellaway trying to split the defense. He does. Alex Kellaway, backhand. And I think Stone got a piece of that. Then they'll try the jam play, and Stone kept that one out. Kings players, as you said, Robert, dead tired. You can tell that play as Kellaway was able to split the defense. Oh, big hit along the boards. Dutcher stepped into Michael Canning.
He wasn't playing out the string.
Nope. Play right to the buzzer, and there is the buzzer. 7-3 victory for the Central Impact to go along with a 7-1 win last night. As we mentioned, the teams will do it again tomorrow morning at 10:30 here at the Joe. Still no further update from the glacier in Mount Pearl between the Osprey and the East Coast Blizzard. All right, Robert, let's come up inside the booth for just a moment. You're all bundled up.
Well, I was cold, George.
Sounded a little cold earlier.
It was cold. You know, I got my hands cold. All
right, well,
when you get my age, you'll know what it's like.
Let's take the scoreboard off your face there. How's that? There we go. So, tomorrow morning, we're here. You're not going to be here.
I'm off to Clarenville tomorrow morning at a 10:20 game in Clarenville tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. So it's a road trip.
So I mentioned that because this is our final game now before Christmas that we'll get to do together. You won't be here tomorrow. So Merry Christmas, Robert, to you and your family. Hopefully we'll have some more games back here in the new year. I look forward to it. All right, and folks, on behalf of myself and Robert and Steve Noseworthy, who's right down below us working the camera, I'll be here tomorrow, but for the crew, if you're not here tomorrow, we wish you a Merry Christmas now and a Happy New Year for those who celebrate, and hope you enjoy the festive season, and we'll see you again in the new year.
Stay safe.
If you can't make it tomorrow. If you can, we'll be here. Hopefully you can be too. All right, good night, everyone.